Hello, this is the Goddess Tribe Tarot and welcome to my channel. Today we are getting angel messages of love. This is a collective reading, so if something doesn't resonate with you, just focus on what does. This is the second time I've tried to record this video. The first time had no sound, my microphone was turned off. So I do live shuffling in this video, and here are the messages we've gotten so far. So right now it says that where you're at is in a state of anxiety and worry. You're maybe having nightmares and concerned that things aren't going to work out for you the way that you want. Some of you might be feeling hostage in a situation that you'd like to get out of. But you're being asked to elevate the quality of your thoughts and try to be more peaceful and in alignment with the energy of love. I'm saying some of you might need to infuse some compassion into your thoughts and really focus on some third eye balancing. What the angels see is that you are on the path of destiny. What is happening in your life is destined, good or bad. There are lessons that are being learned and doors being opened. I'm seeing that you're going to be going through a portal that will take you to a different excuse me, please. Okay, so my cat came in and was just fucking shit up. So maybe some of you feel like that, like there's something coming in your life, throwing off your vibe. Whether they're doing it intentionally or not is besides the point. Someone is trying to get up in your business. The angels see that there are new doors being opened and things that are being birthed for you. And some of you might be really focusing on the past. And maybe past life regression. Some of you might be wanting to do some hypnosis work to help you remove some baggage you have regarding love. What's coming in is some really good developments in your 3D. And as far as love is concerned, the more that you feel really empowered and good about yourself as an individual, the better that love can come into you and just help you serve a higher purpose. Some of you are very single and focusing on your finances, your health, your appearance, your home, 3D projects, because that will help you offer someone something. But your thoughts are not on point. And, just because you might have a lot to offer in the 3D doesn't mean that you have what it takes to offer someone a good relationship in the non-3D. And relationships are not just about superficiality. They are also about your mind, your emotions, your soul, your integrity. So there is some balance work that needs to be done here, but you are almost at the end of a long cycle. So there are things that are going to start coming up and developing for you in both those realms. But you definitely need to stop focusing on the worst case scenario or putting so much pressure on yourself to be what you see as the perfect 3D match. You might feel like you have to have all the money, all the beauty, all the homes, all the projects done, Um, but you're being guided to use your intuition and reflect deeply on what it really means to you to be an independent, empowered, autonomous human being in a healthy way, so that you are offering someone a version of you that isn't overtly negative and toxic and worrisome, but also isn't so focused on the 3D that you come across as superficial. Because some of these lessons that you're learning are destined. It's been a really dark time for some of you, but the dawn is absolutely breaking through. Light is coming in. New things are going to be growing. You're going to start feeling really, really good in more areas of your life, especially as you start main, taking control over yourself. How are you thinking? How are you feeling? How are you progressing? What are you accomplishing in all aspects of your life? And also being really discerning about what you are accepting from other people. Um, your advice, you had a couple cards come out, was union. So your advice is to come into unity with the kind of relationship you want before you actually have it. You need to do a lot of energy work, a lot of chakra energies. Um, and I don't know if you can see this, but there's two entities coming here. I thought they were dragons, but they might be very transformative. The year of the dragon might bring through a lot of transformations within you and around relationships. Um, you also got these six of air. So you really want to balance again your light and dark aspects. Your journey of the dark soul is really asking you to do some work on your light aspects as well, and to maybe not focus just on the bad things that have happened, but also on the good things that could happen. You also have the Ace of Earth. So I'm seeing some of you might need to focus on a new project. You might be overthinking relationships and love and not really enjoying the active things you're doing day to day. So, like, this is a little plant that is growing and this dragon is nurturing it. You need to make sure that you are nourishing yourself, nurturing your physical body, taking care of your physical health, focusing on a project of some kind. Um, I can't remember what this saying is, but it's sort of like idle hands create crappiness. um, I'm seeing that if you feel like you're spiraling with your negative thoughts about love, then keep your hands busy. And you have abundance. What kind of relationship do you want? What kind of relationships do you already have in your life? There is abundance in your life. The question is what kind, positive or negative. So really get clear on that and then decide whether or not you want something better, and then try to take steps towards that happening. On the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Water, And we also have the mother, which is supposed to be the divine feminine. So you do have masculine and feminine energy coming through. The masculine energy coming through is going to be very mature and emotionally healed, is going to know exactly what they want in a relationship and is not going to play games. Lots of integrity. And the feminine energy is coming from a place of wanting to build something long lasting, wisdom, self control, a lot of really rich, fertile energy that may help you create deep and long lasting relationships. Let's get some oracle cards to get some clarifiers. So you have the clarifier for the sacred union, partnership, romance. So some of you may feel very, you might be having really toxic experiences around romance and partnerships, and you really need to clarify that energy because you don't want to start your next new relationship on something bad. Like, you don't want to be running away from one thing and into the arms of another without doing your healing work, because you're just going to end up with more unfortunate energies. I'm just going to adjust this camera so you can see better. You know what? Um, on the bottom of the deck, it says eyes of beauty, positive expectations, and clarity. So there are really good things that are coming in for you. You just need to see it. Sort of like if you've been seeing things through a stark and cynical perspective, full of judgments and woe is me, then you might need to put on a rosy filter. You know, sometimes we need to take off the rose colored glasses because it prevents us from seeing things the way that they actually are. But I'm seeing for some of you, you might actually need to maybe rosy up your perspective and start seeing things like anything is possible, all good things are coming my way. Um, there's going to be amazing relationships that are coming through, things like that. Underneath that card was the Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention, and detachment. You really need to see things positively and be optimistic, but really figure out what it is that you want and then focus on that and sort of keep a little spark of energy. I don't know, what is it? It looks like a fairy of some kind. So for some of you who are into fairy magic, trust that magic is on your side, but don't be so detached that you stop caring about what it is that you want, but trust that your intentions are clarified and focus on what you want while remaining positive about the unions that are coming through. And really focus on sacred unions, not just romance, not just partnership, not just dates, but sacred unions, really good quality relationships. Um, See, some of you need to do some work on your heart chakra. There's a lot of green energy here, and yeah, you need to definitely do some heart healing and heart chakra work. Okay, you guys got two clarifiers for destiny. You got the angel of empathy and the angel of punishment. So the angels see that it is a part of your destiny to become deeply acquainted with the polarities of punishment and empathy regarding love, especially as we relate to ourselves and how sometimes we can punish ourselves for experiencing the path in love that we have, things that are out of our control. Ouch. Things that are not within our control, ways we've been hurt. We can punish ourselves a little too much without giving ourselves enough empathy. And I'm seeing once you've learned how to be very wise and considerate about um, the softness and the harshness of love itself, doors are going to be opening up for you. And we have the angel of snow. So we are coming to the end of winter this month. And I'm seeing that a lot of you, yeah, and underneath that we have endurance. So a lot of you have felt like love has just been a game of endurance and being frozen, where you feel like love has been put on ice and you're just kind of trying to endure through whatever's going on with your life until love comes in. And you might feel like love has been a punishment for you. But you need to be a little easier on yourself. You don't have to be so hard. It says what is coming in, you had independence of your physical self, but in a positive way. I feel like some of you are far too focused on materialism and you might be overlooking good matches because you're too focused on the superficialities, like how much money do they have? What do they look like? What is their family like? Where do they live? What kind of gifts do they give you? And I feel like some of you are also focusing on how great you are and how much you have to offer. But I feel like some of you might need to take a step back from focusing on what you have to offer in the 3D and what other people have to offer you in the 3D and ask, what about your mind? What about your heart? What about your soul? And some of you, it's the opposite. Some of you need to focus more on how you can empower yourself in your 3D realm so that maybe you do have something real to offer. Maybe some of you have done lots of really great work on your mind, your heart, and your soul, but your 3D is lacking, and you might be feeling like you're going to miss out on opportunities. But now is the moment where things are going to be starting to open up and work for you. So really get ready for that. But your clarifiers were differences and message. So you might meet people who are very different from you and you might clash with them. But you need to be able to discern whether or not those differences are a good thing or whether or not they are a bad thing. You know, um, like maybe, okay, so for in this picture, you got an apple and you got an orange, you've got a white cat and a black cat. And really, there's nothing wrong with those differences. They're good. There's nothing wrong with them. An apple is just as good and nutritious as an orange is. They might be different, but they're both good. And those cats are both worth loving. They're just different from each other. Whereas there might be differences, like maybe these cats fight all the time. And maybe this fruit looks good on the outside, but it's rotten on the inside. So really discern the differences between what you have to offer, what someone else has to offer, and whether or not those differences complement each other. Like if this was a piece of fruit and that's like a piece of, I don't know, toxic sludge, and you're making a smoothie, you can put an apple and an orange in a smoothie, but are you really going to put your apple in a smoothie with some toxic sludge? Like maybe not. So, what's coming in is some opportunities to really work through your differences with other people, relationships that are in your life, as well as new relationships. And some of these new relationships and people and connections that are coming in are going to be so different from you, but it's going to be really, really pleasant. And there are messages coming through. This could be actual communications with people that you should anticipate and be really wise about handling. But it's also messages from spirit that you might be overlooking because the messages about love are different than what you are trying to ask for. Like you might be like, okay, send me a sign that is this and it means this. And spirit is like, no, I'm going to send you this sign and it means this. And some of you might be trying to force a message or force communication with someone or with spirit, but you really need to just let it flow. Also, differences in communication. You need to decide if someone's communication style with you is a make or break situation. On the bottom of the deck, you have summon. So you are summoning something to you, and you need to have confidence. And underneath that was fragment. You might feel really broken and you feel like you're summoning something that is going to be broken or some kind of breakup. And maybe that's true for some of you. But for a lot of you, you're only seeing one piece of a picture. It's sort of like a puzzle where the picture is broken up into a bunch of different pieces and fragments. But once you put all the pieces together and you see the actual picture at large, you then understand what it is and what it is that you are working on. So try not to see yourself as being broken and have a lot of courage. Believe in what it is that you are trying to manifest and summon to you because you do have more power within you to affect your situation or future situations than you are giving yourself credit for. Some of you might be pleasantly surprised with the new people coming into your life. Then you might be meeting people that are so different than you that it kind of throws you through a loop and you might catch your balance, but it's like you're kind of excited about it. I'm gonna move this up here. Oops. I feel like a time of punishment and really crappy experiences is coming to an end for you guys. And you're going to start bringing through people who have a lot of empathy and compassion for you and what you've experienced. And don't forget, the way that you communicate is more than just words, it's also body language and actions and your choices. So for for your advice, union, you have change in direction. Um, you really need to change the way that you see unions. So however you can elevate your perspective about that, do that because there are changes coming in. And if you can align yourself from a positive standpoint, then you'll be better able to handle that situation. Because on the bottom of the deck for that one, you had Cupid. So, Cupid, the angel of love, is coming in to bring good changes and union, but you need to get yourself ready. So, align your energies, center yourself, get yourself ready. Anticipate that your partner is on their way and do what you feel intuitively guided to do to make ready for that. With the Six of Air, you have go for it. So, this is all about bringing balance to your mindset, really owning your dark shadows, but not denying your good stuff. And just because you might have had some really toxic experiences with love in the past doesn't mean that there isn't going to be really, really good stuff coming in for you for the future. So when something really great comes in and there's an opportunity, yeah, confirmation, something really good is going to come in for you. And when you get that prompting and you feel like it's the right one, go for it. Take a leap of faith, take a risk, go for it. Oh my goodness, on the bottom of the deck, you got Cupid again. So, yes, take a chance on, oh my God, I'm getting that ABBA song. Is it ABBA? Take a chance on love. Can all be free, something like that. Someone has to listen to ABBA, okay? But yeah, so Cupid coming through twice in this reading. Cupid is bringing you a change in direction in your love life. He's saying, go for it. There's a unicorn in this picture. I don't know if you can see this. So believe in magic. And in this one, you can see a stork with a couple children. So some of you are wanting the love of more family, more children. So whether they are biological children or adopted, or even someone else's children, and you get the opportunity to babysit them or look after them, embrace love as it comes in. For your Ace of Earth, you have energy work. I'm going to read this card. It says, life can be electrifying, because its very essence is energy. Your body is a renewable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. In order to give positive energy to others, I'm seeing I'm seeing that you must first give positive, loving energy and treatments to yourself. So before you have love in your life, learn to love yourself in the 3D and in the energetic realm. And on the bottom of the deck, you'll focus on service. This one says, your soul desires only to joyfully serve and to swim in a constant stream of bliss. This stream continuously feeds you everything you need. Put your entire focus upon staying in the stream of giving and receiving in every situation and in all that you do. Yeah, you need to do some really deep energy work regarding love and relationships, especially as you love yourself, because the way you love yourself will help other people love you. It sets the tone. How you love and respect yourself sets the tone for other people, and it lets them know what you will and will not put up with and how you will and will not accept treatment. For abundance, you have ground yourself. Some of you might be getting an abundance of new love in your life, and you might feel sort of unstable and not sure how to handle it, but just ground yourself. Um, really balance your spiritual and material self. This could also be pertaining to money and 3D opportunities that are going to help you build up a solid foundation and a base for yourself so that you are better able to handle relationships as they come and go. You know, sometimes it's easier to handle relationships, whether they last a long time or whether they end, when you got a good um, basis in the 3D, when you know that you've got your finances taken care of and your health is doing okay, and the things that your home needs has been taken care of, and you don't ignore projects that you want to do, and you have relationship on the bottom of the deck. And I'm going to read this to you. It says, your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance in a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. So you need to come into a really solid balance between yourself and God or Goddess regarding relationships, so that if you are operating your relationships or new ones coming in from a state of really balanced and solid foundations, then healing yourself and relationships, bringing balance and new ones and new opportunities is going to be a lot easier, because you're going to already enjoy yourself and love yourself regardless of whether or not you have people in your life. And learning how to love yourself and appreciate yourself when you don't have anyone in your life is where some of the really big, deep work comes in. Okay, we have unrequited love coming in, and that's coming underneath change in direction, which I'm actually really pleased about, because some of you have experienced a lot of unrequited love in your life
Oh my goodness, and in the bottom of the deck, you have it is safe for you to love. So you are going from, so remember we had Cupid come in to tell you that he's changing your direction in life and love and bringing in a union, one that is not unrequited, but one that is safe for you to open up to. And you know what? You got soulmate. So you're going to go from unrequited love to love that is safe and that is with a real soulmate. So that is fantastic. Huh, we have new love. Go for it. So you are absolutely being guided to make balanced decisions regarding your shadow self and your light self, and also the dark, toxic lessons you've learned and the good, positive lessons that you've learned regarding relationships. And know that each relationship has its ups and downs, its good times and its bad times. But don't just focus on the past. Don't just focus on the negative and the dark stuff, because then you might block yourself from being able to take advantage of good things that come through because you might be so fearful. Um, and there is new love coming in, but on the bottom of your deck, it says make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So learn from the past, but keep a positive mind open for the possibilities of the future and go for it. Make the effort. Um, Pursue new love when it comes in, but you know, let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally so that you know what kind of love you want, but you're not micromanaging who it's with or how it happens. It doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries and you right, like do not ignore the red flags, but don't hyperfixate on what could go wrong that you end up creating a vortex of lack in your love life. Ooh, we have released your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Yes, so for this new love comes in, and right next to this is the Ace of Earth. So I think something new is coming into your 3D, but first you need to work on your energy and clear your energies regarding your ex and also just previous loves. And this isn't just about romance, okay? The ways that our friends, our families, our co-workers, our spiritual connections, etc., they all impact our ability to love other people in romantic relationships and even with our children if you have them. So, whatever old energies and relationships, it's time to give it the exit. Okay? And some of you are friends with your exes and it's a positive relationship, and that's okay if it's not interfering with your relationship that's going to come in. But there might be some energies, some resentments, some sadness, some beliefs that you're holding on to, whether you got them from a ex romantic partner or from your parents or your friends or whatever. You really need to work on that energy and cleanse it before something new comes in, because you don't want to plant this new love sprout. Oh my goodness, I'm kidding. That movie. Oh, what's it? Can't remember what it's called, but there's got the love fern, and it's with Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson, where he's on the balcony and he's like, "You're already fallen in love with me," and she's like, "I'm gonna make you wish you were dead." Oh, how to lose a guy in 10 days. That's what it was. You don't want to grow your love fern in the toxic memories of your past disappointments, regardless of whether or not they came from romantic experiences or non-romantic experiences. And then the bottom of the deck, you have flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others.
And some of you who are friends with your ex, you might be such close friends with your ex that it tells other people that there's no room for them. So you might need to distance yourself away from old relationships and make time for new ones. If you're already doing that, then that's good. Um, Keep doing what's healthy. Um, but if you haven't done that, then make space in your life for new people to come in so that you can give and receive flirtatious, light-hearted, innocent energy and conversations. I knew that two were going to come in. You have, for the abundance and ground yourself, you have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. And separation, time apart from your partner, is on the horizon. So I feel like some of you are having the opportunity to work on your own abundance, your finances, your health, your homes, to create a good basis, a good foundation to ground yourself. And you are separated from your partner, either a relationship that you're in or one that has not come in yet, because it is giving you time to sort of create a healthier foundation from which to operate and offer yourself and accept. Um, and you need to trust that this situation is working out in your favor and that abundance is coming in for you in all different forms. And as it comes in, you know how sometimes so many things happen at once that you suddenly start feeling lightheaded and sick, even if you're not upset? I feel like some of you might be in that situation now or coming up soon, where things start coming into your life so fruitfully and so abundantly that you almost feel overwhelmed and lightheaded and almost sick to your stomach, but not because you're unhappy, but because you're just like, whoa, I this is next level. And oh my goodness, it says finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So some of you are definitely needing to work on your finances and your career so that they are not such a deterrent when you want to meet someone. You won't be having to turn down offers because you can't afford to go on dates or because you're too embarrassed about the state of your home or maybe your health. You also have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So some of you might have some family issues that you need to deal with, either actual family issues or just old issues relating to family and familial love that needs to be healed in order for you to accept love in a romantic sense. Um, I want another clarifier for finances and career. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moments. So some of you might have learned some really hard lessons about money in your previous relationships. And even if it wasn't a romantic relationship, even if it was just parents, like some of you might have had family that controlled your finances to the point where you couldn't be with people that you loved or where your relationships failed because of other people's interference. Some of you didn't have any of your own finances to work from. So, whatever it is, those situations were meant to teach you important lessons. And now that you've learned those lessons and you've comprehended what they meant and understood them, it's time for you to forgive that situation, yourself for being in them, and maybe even people who maybe depended on you too much or who didn't understand the impact they were having on you. It's time to start letting that go and to separate yourself from that situation and those feelings of unforgiveness, and release your ex also comes in with this energy work. And I feel like this is a story where there's a union coming in that's going to change the direction of your life, and it's going to take you from unrequited love to new love. And you need to go for it, but you're being asked to balance the light and the dark, because there's a new start coming in your 3D life, but you need to do some energy work regarding old relationships and old lessons so that abundance can come through and it can give you a really good foundation to ground yourself. And like, look, there's beautiful flowers all around her, and she's in this beautiful swing, and there's butterflies. And even though she swings to and fro, there's still this nice solid grass for her to land on. And you just need to trust this situation is going to happen how it needs to happen, and it's going to work out in your favor. And that if you are separated from your partner, or if you have not met them yet, that this is meant to be so that you or they or both of you can work on your finance and career, healing old issues, and work on forgiveness as you learn and close out old cycles. And on the bottom of the deck for your last message, love yourself first. I think I said something similar to you earlier in the message. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And I'm not talking about narcissism or self-centered behavior. I mean genuinely the way that you love yourself, the way that you appreciate yourself, shows how other people are going to be able to love and appreciate you too. It gives people a starting point um, from which to get to know you. Um, yes, don't give up on the concept of love and romance, children, family, marriage. If those are things that you truly want, don't give up on them, because it's almost like giving up on yourself. Like you've decided, okay, ABC didn't find worth in me, or ABC did this and that, so it means this. So I'm going to give up on this, this, and this. And it's really like, no, don't do that. Don't prevent yourself from having wonderful experiences. Don't close doors on yourself that are really meant to stay open, or like, I don't know, like maybe you've closed the door on love, but there's like a little cat door or doggy door at the bottom of the the door of love that's giving new things the opportunity to come in and say, "Hey, what's up? Are you ready for me yet?" So, there are beautiful unions coming in. Just try not to focus on the worst case scenario, and this is a part of your destiny, these lessons and relationships that are destined to be a part of your life, to teach you the difference between soulmates who punish you and those who have empathy and compassion for you. And as you work on bettering yourself so that you can be a better partner, try not to focus only on the negative aspects of the ways you and your soulmates are different, but focus on the good parts so that you are putting that message out into the universe that you are a good quality person, you are doing the work on yourself, and you also want someone who's a good quality person who's doing work on themselves, and that you are open to someone who's new and different from you, because you don't want someone who's exactly like you, because at that point kind of just stating your own reflection, and that's really not the point. You want someone who's different than you, but who, as their own individual person, is complementary to you so that you guys can learn from each other and grow with each other as individuals, but also as a unit. Yeah, so stay positive, focus on having positive expectations, summon and manifest what you want, but believe in magic, have confidence that it's going to come to you. In the meantime, focus on the kind of qualities you want in your relationship and give that to yourself first. Um, Take advantage of this pause if you're not in a relationship. Take the opportunity to pause, sort of like winter, where you take a rest and you take a breather to figure out what you need to heal and what you need to work on before the next cycle comes in. Um, don't give up hope that an amazing, good quality partner is available for you and that is going to come in, because it doesn't mean that all of your exes were crap people who don't deserve love. It just means that maybe you weren't compatible with them and maybe you made mistakes. Maybe they made mistakes. Nobody is perfect. But don't close yourself off from the potentiality of a divine soulmate just because something bad happened, or because maybe you had really bad luck with love in the past or for a prolonged period of time. I'm seeing Cupid came through twice in this reading. So for those of you who are watching this, just know that Cupid, the angels of love, the gods of love are watching over, and they are bringing a new love that is going to be different, and it's going to help you change the path of love in your life. No more unrequited love, and really believe it because you deserve it. So if you've been sitting there thinking, what did I do wrong? What do I need to change about myself? What's wrong with me? Those might be good reflections to have, but don't wallow on them, right? If you're making active efforts to overcome your shortcomings because you acknowledge that you have them, don't discount the other aspects, because there's a whole other side of it that says, what is right about me? What am I doing good? What is lovable about me? What am I doing that's gonna help me be my best self? And really focus on both aspects, both what you can do to improve your dark shadows, but also acknowledge the good parts of yourself, because you don't need to crap all over yourself, right? Like 9 times out of 10, life is going to find a way to show you the crappy aspects of you and other people. So you don't need to hold those experiences so deeply that you can't move on, because this is your message. You are allowed to move on and change directions in love and life. But just remember, the way that you change directions will help you understand what kind of relationships you're going to have in the future. So if you're running away and trying to move on as fast as possible, then your next relationship might not turn out the way that you hoped it would. And if you're really taking the time to work on yourself and work on your foundations and do your healing, then your next relationship might have really good foundations with lots of healing too. But don't cut yourself off from love, and learn how to love yourself first. Love yourself now and always, and let that set the tone for how people will be able to love you, because you don't just accept low quality, low effort people because they're being offered to you. you're like, no, I'm not a low quality, low effort person. Why should I accept that in return? I love myself. I deserve high quality. I deserve healing. I deserve someone who's compassionate and communicates effectively and um, has a positive amount of give and take within them to navigate themselves in the relationship. And that's what I have, and that's what I am working on. So when you're in those stages of really working on yourself and you might feel like, okay, when's it going to come in? Just trust that this is all happening for a reason, and it is bringing in a beautiful destiny where the hard lessons have been learned, or you're at the end stages of learning those hard lessons, and some really new, beautiful, wonderful things are going to come in, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, guys, this was your reading. I hope that it was enlightening. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you enjoyed this message, please comment down below, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being a part of my journey and for letting me be a part of yours. I hope that you have a wonderful day for the rest of your day, and do not stop believing in yourself, because I believe in you, and so do the angels of love. Okay, bye.